Question 1297. You find yourself in a horror film. Are you more bothered by entering the public toilet block or an empty public pool house?
What?
That's weird.
That you generally get. Like, what sort of weird films do you watch, Dave?
I gotta read this. Where's
Who
the
the
comment
fuck
in
is
this?
sending you these questions?
I think this is a Lone Wanderer one.
You hang around with some weird people.
You find yourself in a horror film. Okay, so I'm in film. I
Yeah.
got that part. Comma.
Are you more bothered? You've got to run through somewhere. Are you more bothered about running through an empty public toilet block, or next to an empty
Are
public
we
pool?
naked?
No. Why would you be naked?
Well, then what's the point of the question? Why are we scared?
You're in a horror film. You're in a
Right,
horror
shit
film.
horror
There is a
film. I've
man
gotta say,
in a weird mask with a machete following you.
Oh,
Right.
now you tell us.
I'm more afraid to run to the top of the the top floor of the building than I would be than a toilet block.
Jeff says this is a bit like being in a horror. Critical questions is a bit like being in a horror film. Ricardo says, "Is this about horror or cottaging?" Godless Sewing says, "I'm a person of colour, so I hope that I'm not murdered in the first scene." Nerdy says, "The toilet block, it's smaller and those stalls."
See, I'm not worried because if I was in a horror film, chances are I'd be the killer, so everybody else would have to be worried.
So you go.
Well, that's very comforting.
Did you say public pool?
If I'm
as
in a
in-
horror film,
Public pool as in a public swimming thing.
Yes.
Okay. So that would be devoid of water.
No, there would be water
Because
in
it's
it.
been
It
over-
is empty, but there is water in the pool.
Oh, if there's water in it, that's fine.
Is it?
You've got no problem. Yeah. Because
No horror films ever show the dead body with the blood pouring out in the middle of the pool.
No, you're not thinking ahead. This is why we don't want to take you to Alton Towers. You're really shit at this.
Bodies floating in pools is a very, very popular thing for movies.
Yep.
I'm just thinking about the echoes because when the huge pool is devoid of water, that empty place will have lots of echoes and be very dark.
But it's
That'll
not devoid
freak
of
you
water. Jefferson Spatchcock says,
Dave,
whichever
you're
stroke...
buffering or is that me? Oh, there you go.
No drop rate to YouTube again. Jefferson Spatchcock says, whichever structure has people actively shagging would be the one I'd avoid, given how horror movies work. Ox says, if I'm in a horror film, I know I'm going to die because I'm not the star, so it doesn't matter. Dawn Up Head says, if it's a film, it would be funnier in the public toilet block, whatever that is, because you might get deluged in pudding and lemonade at some point. Why would you get
Delugged.
delugged?
I would choose running past the
Oh, bless.
the bathhouse and pool, because you know that if you're in a horror film and you're going to get killed and you do it by a block of toilets, you're going to end up in one of the toilets, and who wants that?
Yeah.
Dave, we are going to get so many special visitor passes when you take us to Alton Towers.
Hey,
Daddy says-
I don't get to go
Why?
because I'm a couple thousand miles away.
Get a flight, it'll be fine.
Nerdy says,
No.
you always die in the pool, but I still think I could escape somehow. To be honest, it's one of those things where, right, if I thought there was a murderer chasing me, mass murderer, I think jumping into the centre of the goddamn pool would probably be the safest place to go. Why would the murderer jump into the pool?
Rookie mistake.
I would.
Depends on how they plan to murder you.
Thank you, Cadence. See? Who wants to get dry? What self-respecting mass murderer wants to have to get out of the pool and get dry?
What?
What? Okay, now everyone's talking about alt towers. Brainbug says, "I leave the bodies in the woods as not to waste compost." Harmonica Man says, "This question makes me feel a little flush." Lone Wanderer says, "To help with the question, think of an old school bathhouse that has no one in it and lots of places for people to jump out at you." Nerdy says, "I'm going to delug Dave." Nerdy says, "You're an easy target in a pool." Rainbug says, "Jason follows you into the pool. Jason doesn't care."
Hashtag D-Lug. Let's get that.
Jason is half a honey badger. It's a known fact.
And Jason was pretty good with a harpoon and didn't mind just drowning some fools in any old body of water, says Jefferson Spatchcock. Ooh. Right. Jenny.
Sorry, that was my phone.
That's okay.
What?
Where would you go?
I'm guessing
Toilets or pool block?
I told you.
there will be zombies.
I would choose the pool because if you're in a horror film and you run by the toilet area, you're going to get killed. You're going to end up in the toilets, and who wants that?
Very good. Stool.
Maybe you do.
I need to know one definite answer to this.
What?
Zombies. Yes
What
or no?
about them? No.
Are there no zombies?
No.
Are you absolutely 100% sure about this?
Yes.
Okay. I don't want to go to the place where the boys do their wee-wees. I'm not going there.
Are you not?
No.
They're going to the pool.
Because
Donna.
they're icky and they smell.
Yes.
See, when you said that, I assumed you meant the pool.
Go on, Donna.
Sorry. I just said I'd stay away from the pool. I don't want to drown.
You don't
I'll
want to
go through the
drown.
bog. Be fine.
Very good.
Dave, which did you pick?
The pool.
You picked the pool.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
All I would have to do is jump out, strap you into your chair, and put a brick on the accelerator, and you're toast.
Yeah, I would just run it. I'd jump into the middle of the pool and hope that you wouldn't follow me in. Ox says, "Just do as they all do. Run and hide in the basement or attic. And if there is a shed full of tools, that's the place to be." Rainbug says, "The toilet turns into Freddy and eats you." Nerdy says, "You can still drown in the bog." Math Pig.
Yeah, I'm still confused about why you picked a toilet block or a public pool house. I wouldn't want to die on the shitter, so we'll go with that.
Cadence.
If I weren't the killer, probably the pool house.
If you were the killer, where would you go
If
first?
I weren't the killer, probably the pool house.
Yeah, but if you were.
If I was, probably the pool house. It just sounds more pleasant.
It does. Right.
Within this building,
Yeah, but would you want to be known for being somebody who was killed by a cabana boy? You know.
within the same building, is there a separate room that's a massage parlor and another one that is a surgery?
Why? What sort of leisure centres have you been going to that has a massage parlour?
And surgery.
I plead the fifth.
You plead the fifth.
Oh, now he does.
You can't plead the fifth. You're not an American citizen.
Right.
You can have.
I plead the
Say
sixth
it.
then. Fuck you.
If you enjoyed that, please hit the thumbs up button. If you didn't, hit the thumbs down. If you think you've got a better answer or just want to tell us how wrong we are, leave a comment down below. Subscribe down here for new questions every day and make sure you hit the bell so you don't miss out on our live shows. If you click over here, you'll see our latest upload. Over here, for what YouTube thinks you'll love the most. And finally, for a complete playlist of all our currently released questions, click here.